Anupam sir, and it happens to be a Wednesday. So we are all due some excitement just with that. And yes, I think Neeraj, Shital, Friday Filmworks and Hotstar, in some ways this is the origin story of Hotstar specials, because before we had a strategy, we had an ambition to work with them. And before we wanted to do or needed to do anything else, our first step as a company in this direction was to call them and ask them if they had a story to tell. So I think if we have gotten somewhere in the last 5 years, we have gotten there together in lockstep with them. We have learned together, we have had fights together, and we have come out on the right side of those fights to create 2 incredible seasons of special ops, which have in some ways been foundational to how big series are thought of in this country. And of course, today the conversation is about the incredible achievement which is creatively the Freelancer. And it's a brave story being told by a really, really brave team against the odds. And the making of it, the challenges that they have been through, the creative hurdles, the production hurdles, and to see so much passion and commitment on the line for somebody who's just a suit is really awe-inspiring. And I think more than anything else, every one of us in Disney Plus Hotstar, we are enthralled. And I can tell you this, that the response to the first part has been incredible. So I'm really, really hopeful and excited.
And that has got us unnerved because, after 4 episodes, we want more, but we'll have to be a little patient. So thank you so much, sir. And as you said, Neeraj, sir, it's
for the first part, firstly. And I think Gaurav has summed it up beautifully, our relationship and the way we sort of delivered the 3 content pieces, and now the second part of Freelancer is on its way. I think it's a very interesting world right now in terms of content, and I'm glad that we found an able partner in Disney Hotstar. We're willing to take these risks that we wanted to as well, and deliver content pieces like this, and I'm glad that it's paid off for all of us.
And as audiences, we've loved it completely. So thank you so much for giving us that, and I request you please take the hot seat content and also a special mention to the cast, because the way they've delivered each and every character. So thank you for keeping us hooked, keeping us gripped. Once again, thank you. A couple of questions. I know हमारे media के दोस्तों
Unbelievable, unshakable faith in his qualities as a storyteller. How he wants to always challenge himself and surprise and tell thrillers in a style which is incredibly unique and hugely powerful. So I think for all of us, we first came to him as fans of his craft. After that, I think there is a lot of comfort that we have with Friday Filmworks and Shital. He's an amazing force. And I think this partnership has brought us great joy over the last 5 years, as I said earlier. And of course, I think the 2 of them together brought this incredible cast together. And somewhere they have history, and somewhere I have history. So I think it's all fantastic. I think one of the foundational stones in my career is Mahadev, and Mahadev is Mahadev also because of Mohit. So he's somebody that I'm incredibly in awe of and hugely grateful to. So I think this was a very easy decision. And I think when you don't think of the people, you then think of the story. And I think the story is gripping, and it explores a world that is not seen before in Indian cinema, on Indian television, and definitely not on streaming either. And that world and the fears and the challenges that it poses for all of us, right? For every one of us, whether we live in Bombay, whether we live in Delhi, whether we live in the everyday complacence of our lives. And in some ways, that complacence, that sense of freedom, the sense of belief that tomorrow is likely going to take care of itself. In some ways, Neeraj and this team are challenging that. They're posing us questions which are about truly how dangerous this world is becoming. And I think as storytellers, we have to, face this uncomfortable truth. And I think there is something to be said for doing it powerfully and also doing it entertainingly. You're scared a little bit. And I think there are moments in the show which are very, very scary. And also there is a thrill side to it, and we just got evidence of that in that spine-chilling scene and amazing performances from both the actors. So yeah, all of that makes it an incredible package.
I think a lot of it relies on the response that we get from our audiences. They are the ones who encourage us that we need to push the envelope a little more, to work harder, not to repeat ourselves. So I would definitely assign it to my audiences, the ones who have loved our work over the years, who sort of quality checked us all the time.
So I'm one of them, and I'd say thank you for that.
Thanks to Neeraj and his vision. He constantly, pushes the team to push the boundaries and find the right thing. It was challenging to create an idea. But yes, we found the right location in Europe. So it was very interesting for making. The country closed down because of COVID, and within 6 hours we had to reach the airport, buy a ticket and get out of it, otherwise we would have been stuck there for a couple of weeks. We managed to do that, but yeah, finally we went there and we recreated Syria. It was a wonderful experience. And, yeah.
Well, thank you so much everyone for being here, and thank you for the great response. Yes, I think my journey has been very exciting for a lot of reasons. The first and the foremost reason was Mr. Neeraj Pandey. Obviously, I've been a huge admirer and fan of Neeraj's work. So when he called me and he told me that he's going to, making a series which is inspired by this book, Ticket to Syria, and the journey started back then. I think it was been more than 3 years. I think 3-4 years. So yeah, it's been filled with a lot of ups and downs. It's not been less than any roller coaster ride for all of us. Because of various reasons, because of the terrain that we were shooting in Morocco, a different culture and different people to work with, but we had some amazing international crew also. And the journey of Avinash Kamath has been great, I think he's an underdog, and now finally on 15th of December we will see what the outcome is. Will he be able to extract her, and how and where he'll be able to do it under the guidance of Anupam sir. So yes, the journey has been very good.
Whatever he tells me, I just do that. And he makes my job easy. और ये एक्टिंग कभी बाएं हाथ का खेल है, इसमें हमेशा दिल और दिमाग और सारा शरीर लगा रहता है. वो लगता बाएं हाथ का खेल है. That is the beauty of hard work and years of work. As you said, today is Wednesday. तो तब से लेकर अब तक एक साइलेंट कम्युनिकेशन होता है इसमें. ये मुझे चैलेंज करते रहते हैं, मैं इनको कुछ थोड़ा बहुत चाबी करता रहता हूँ. एंड आई थिंक दैट्स थोड़ा बहुत नहीं, मतलब आई थिंक that's what I enjoy working with both of them. They're now more than friends, they're like family. And ये जब से ये वेटरन स्टालवर्ट वगैरह के वर्ड्स इस्तेमाल होने होते हैं, उस समय तब से मैं ज़्यादा चौकन्ना हो गया हूँ. क्योंकि मुझे लगता है कि एक दिन ऐसा आएगा कि मैं यहाँ पर वैसाखी पहन के लेके आऊँगा और व्हील चेयर में. ऐसा नहीं होने वाला. Till 90 I'll be working like a newcomer because my competition is with myself. So I keep doing that. And as long as he comes up with these characters, it's very good. And I think when I work with Bhav also, he also has now started waving like Neeraj only, constantly challenging you. No, it's a fun, it's a great joy to be working with them. Not only as an actor, but as a person also. You get to learn so much from them.
In the second part of the show, as it's mentioned in the conclusion, we will see how the freelancer finally plans and makes his way towards Aliya. How he develops his team, the kind of action pieces, the set pieces you'll see. The challenges for me was how to scale it up. The kind of places where we shot, the kind of action set pieces that we designed, the journey that each character takes. There's also a very special, distinct way you'll see Kashmira in the second part of the series. How to navigate those, craft those, and build it to a crescendo, a very action-filled ride is what the biggest challenge was for the second part.
You've given eyes to their visions.
To the audience for giving us such a sweet response. And a bigger thank you to Neeraj sir, to Hotstar, to Friday Storytellers for giving me this opportunity to play somebody like Aliya. And when they select you, you start thinking, oh, is this for real? I mean, they think I can do this. You know, till you get it, you're like, no, I want to do this and this is mine. And when they believe in you, it's magical. And how I approached Aliya was purely how nicely she was written and how her journey was written. Why I think I feel lucky that I got a role like Aliya to embody is because her journey is so challenging, from a sweet innocent girl who wants a normal life to whatever she's going through. At one point she embraces it and she wants to fight back, and I love to fight back. And that the layers have shown itself in that journey, and I have loved it, and it has taught me a lot. The role of, I mean, Aliya has taught me a lot, and it's lovely to be a part of this project, you know, to play Aliya along with these brilliant people here. That's the beauty of it. That's the magic of it.
The audience has absolutely loved it, so congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for appreciating the stories. Yes, we have a very aggressive lineup of shows that we are very, very excited about, beginning of course with the Freelancer. So before we come to 24, let's end 23 hopefully with a big eye and fans really liking what we have to share in the conclusion. After that, we have 3 shows that I do want to talk about, which are really exciting. First is we are bringing the 3rd season of Legend of Hanuman in January, and that's India's first, you know, large-scale animation designed for all audiences, not just for children. And it's Indian mythology told in a way of storytelling that hasn't been explored in a very big way in India before that, definitely on streaming, not done before. So that's very exciting. Then we are doing a very interesting story with Avinash Pandey, and it's exciting to partner with her for the first time for us, and that should be a good show. It's a twist on the kind of stories that Star has told for over 2 decades. Let me not tell you more. Wait to hear from us over the next few days, very, very shortly. Third, we are collaborating with Karan Johar on a fiction series called Showtime, which is set within the film industry, and it is Karan Johar telling a story about nepotism and what nepotism can do to a film studio. So that should hopefully be exciting as well. And then of course we have, you know, Ram Madhwani and Neeraj Pandey coming back with other stuff, which we're not going to talk about today. But yes.
I'm right now asking you a question over here. It's so good to see you. We both have come so far यहाँ पे. मुझे फ्रीलांसर बहुत पसंद आया. I want to ask you a question. अविनाश कामत के किरदार को प्ले करने के वक्त या उसके बाद क्या उस किरदार ने आपको अफेक्ट किया था कुछ किसी वे में? बिकॉज हमने आपको देखा, आपने जब मुंबई डायरीज किया, आपने बहुत ही बेहतरीन डॉक्टर के किरदार को प्ले किया था, बट दिस कैरेक्टर लाइक मुझे उस किरदार से भी ज़्यादा बेहतरीन लगा. तो क्या इस किरदार ने आपको अफेक्ट किया था?
थैंक यू, बट आई डोंट थिंक कि मुझे इस किरदार ने अफेक्ट किया था. लर्निंग्स थी इस किरदार की. एज एन एक्टर आप जब भी किसी किरदार को अप्रोच करते हैं तो आपका काम होता है सिर्फ अपने डायरेक्टर का विजन फॉलो करना. तो मैं नीरज सर का और भाव का दोनों का विजन फॉलो कर रहा था. जो जिस तरीके का इन्होंने कैरेक्टर स्केच अपने माइंड में सोचा हुआ था, ऑन अ डेली बेसिस वी वुड एक्सप्लोर दैट. जैसे जैसे सीन्स आते थे, जैसे जैसे अप्रोच होता था, एवरी अप्रोच वुड बी डिफरेंट. जैसे कि आज हमने देखा जो वो शॉट था जो अनुपम जी के सामने मैं गन लेके खड़ा था, उसका अप्रोच बहुत अलग था. वो नीरज सर को स्पेशली वैसी ब्लडी रेड आईज चाहिए थी, तो वो उस तरीके का अप्रोच था. सो आई डोंट थिंक कि मैंने कुछ बैगेज उसके साथ कैरी किया या वैसा रहा, बट आई एंजॉयड द जर्नी. द जर्नी हैज बीन वन ऑफ द मोस्ट मेमोरेबल जर्नीज ऑफ माई लाइफ. द रीजन भी मैंने कभी भी ऐसा एक अंडरडॉग प्ले नहीं किया है who comes out of nowhere and becomes something else and has a second life in place. So it was a very interesting arc for me to play and be Avinash Kamath.
Films in terms of characters and plots as well. Can we see a multiverse in your web series as well, like Special Ops and Freelancer coming to a crossover for a multiverse?
Nothing of that sort is going to happen. I mean, these are two totally different franchises, and now that it has become a trend, we are bored of it. I am not interested. If it would not have been a trend, we would have might possibly given it a chase, the idea. But since everybody is doing it, it's not for us.
सेशन 1 की उसके बाद पूरी उम्मीद है मुझे जो सीजन 2 है वो भी माइंड ब्लोइंग आउटस्टैंडिंग होगा. पर मेरा ये सवाल है कि अगर आप 2023 की जितनी भी फिल्में देखें, जितनी भी सीरीज देखें, सब वायलेंस से भरपूर है, सब कुछ एक्शन से भरपूर है. पठान, जवान, टाइगर 3, इसके बाद एनिमल. क्या हमको ये नहीं लगता कि फिल्में कहीं ना कहीं समाज में बहुत अच्छा मैसेज देने का प्लेटफॉर्म है? क्या हम इतना एक्शन, इतना थ्रिल जो दे रहे हैं, क्या वो ठीक है?
इस प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस के मेरे कॉन्ट्रैक्ट में हॉटस्टार में बोला था कि आप सिर्फ फ्रीलांसर के बारे में बात करें, और मैं चाहूँगा कि मैं उस क्लॉज को बरकरार रखूँ. हम यहाँ फ्रीलांसर की बात करने में इतनी मेहनत की है लोगों ने, सब लोगों ने, और उस मेहनत पर हम कोई और बात करना शुरू कर दें तो फिर उस बात पे ज़्यादा चर्चा हो जाएगी. बेटर है कि हम इसको बरकरार रखें, इसकी मर्यादा को. ये सवाल मैं आपसे बाहर चल के कॉफ़ी पी के किसी दिन करूँगा. मैं आज के लिए हम फ्रीलांसर में मुझे बहुत मज़ा आया, बहुत अच्छा लगा मुझे. मैंने बहुत मेहनत की. मेरा जो लुक है, मेरी वाइफ का फेवरेट इस साल का था शो. उन्होंने मेरी कभी 2023 में तारीफ ही नहीं की. मैंने काफ़ी काम किया, एंड उन्होंने मुझसे कहा कि नीरज का नंबर सेम है क्या? मैंने कहा हाँ सेम है, क्या हुआ? नहीं, उसका सेम नंबर नहीं है. मैं उसको मैसेज भेजा कि मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा फ्रीलांसर. तो मैंने फिर उनको कहा कि आप फ़ोन करो. तो मेरे लिए तो ये 2023 बड़ा अच्छा गया एज फार एज किरण जी इज कंसर्न. भगवान का लाख लाख शुक्र है कि फ्रीलांसर में मुझे कास्ट किया. सर थैंक यू सो मच. मेरा घर चल रहा है. धन्यवाद.
So I would like to specifically mention the scenes that I've gotten the most reviews for. All the people that watched the first few episodes called me and were saying, why are you talking for more than 3 minutes in the bathroom scene? And they were like, we know you, when we watch it, we're so gripped, don't talk more, it's done. 3 people used to look at their watches and be like, okay, it's done, 3 minutes are done. But that takes me back to the time we were shooting it, and it was the same day that we shot all the bathroom scenes. And those scenes for me were quite challenging, because it's something really extreme that Aliya goes through, or the information she gets about losing her father, about the betrayal that she's facing, about being trapped. So yeah, that one day, or the bathroom scene especially for me, were very challenging.
The Mohit and Kashmira's character is fit for them.
Mohit's character, if you've seen how Avinash Kamath is, he's someone who's, the first part of our journey dekhi, he was someone in Mumbai, very rooted, and who was as rooted as possibly you can be, and then he was operating in Europe as well. Someone who has a lot of range. एक जगह हम देखते हैं कि वो बॉम्बे के एक ASI है, और दूसरी जगह हम लोग देखते हैं कि वो यूरोप में टॉप इंटेलिजेंस एजेंसीज और mercenaries के साथ interact करते हैं. So you need someone with a lot of range, and that's why Mohit fit the bill perfectly. We have seen a glimpse of him before doing some action. Here, the opportunity was much bigger. Kashmira gave a fantastic audition. We needed someone again, someone very innocent and someone who has a transformational journey with Aliya. It was a very, very extensive process with Aliya's character. We had a number of auditions, and Kashmira was fantastic.
More of Dr. Khan in Freelancer, the conclusion. Can you tell more about your role, please?
मैं तो हर फ्रेम में होना चाहता हूँ, मगर हमको कहानी भी सुनानी है. But I must say that जब मैं शूटिंग कर रहा था तो मुझे लगता था, क्योंकि मेरा कैरेक्टर इस तरह का था जो इंस्ट्रक्शन दे रहा था, तो मुझे लगा था ठीक है, ठीक ही होगा बिकॉज. But I think the response that I've got is phenomenal. And yes, I think the conclusion of Freelancer will have some moment where you will see, जो अभी सीन आपने देखा जैसे उसमें एक एस्पेक्ट उसका नजर आता है काफी कुछ है आई थिंक, और वो धीरे धीरे वो होगा.
बता नहीं सकते हो.
नहीं बताया सर, देखिए इन्होंने सिर्फ मुझे ही चुना है मेरे को रोकने और बोलने के लिए. नहीं बिल्कुल नहीं. बट यू विल हैव सेटिस्फैक्टरी, बट ऑल्सो थोड़ा सा वो मेरी माँ कहती है कि पेट भर के नहीं काम करना चाहिए, थोड़ा रह जाना चाहिए. तो अगले सीरीज में ये कुछ अब मुझे चुनेंगे जिसमें हर जगह मैं नजर आऊंगा आपको, मतलब इधर भी उधर भी और एक्टिंग करता हुआ. ये मेरा इनको ऑडिशन था ये फ्रीलांसर. इसमें देखो मैंने कितना अच्छा काम किया और अगले उसमें ले लेना मुझे. मैं स्ट्रगल करता रहता हूँ इनके साथ, बहुत स्ट्रगल करता हूँ मैं इनके साथ. जो मुझे पसंद है डायरेक्टर या जो लोग मुझे पसंद है, तो मैं उन हफ्ते में एक बार उनके ऑफिस जाता हूँ, आप उनसे पूछ लीजिए, और काम मांगने जाता हूँ. खाना खाने की एक्टिंग करता हूँ और एक्चुअली काम मांगने जाता हूँ. बोलना चाह रहे हैं कुछ अपनी चीज के बारे में पब्लिकली? सच है ना? क्या सच है? सच है जी. और मैं काम नहीं मांगता हूँ उनसे. नहीं जरूरत नहीं पड़ती है, वो बात अलग है, मगर मैं मांगने जाता हूँ अच्छे में. मुझे अच्छे लगते हैं. दे आर वंडरफुल पीपल, दे आर अमेजिंग पीपल. दे लाइक अ बैड हैबिट. अच्छी आदत फिर भी छूट सकती है, बुरी आदत नहीं छूटती है. बट थैंक यू फॉर आस्किंग दिस क्वेश्चन. मेरे मन की भड़ास निकालने को मुझे मौका दिया. मजा आएगा आपको. पार्ट 2 में भी आपको कंक्लूजन बहुत मजा आएगा. इट्स वेरी थ्रिलिंग, इट्स वंडरफुल, इट्स अमेजिंग. इन्होंने कितना अच्छा काम किया. मैं जब शूटिंग कर रहा था इनके साथ, इसी एप्रिसिएशन तब होती है जब आप काम करते करते मन में दाद देते हो कि वाह, जो हमने जो इन्होंने सीन किया. I noticed at that time only, even the earlier answer was a little funny, but when you did that shot where you were holding the gun for me, it was wonderful, and I really appreciated them, and I'm very happy that my mother is your greatest fan.
The thought was that to make it as big as possible. The story had a lot of challenges in it, and we like to take challenges, and that's the reason we just thought of it. I mean, we wanted to make it as big as possible. पहले एक प्लेन था नीरज को, फिर बाद में 4 चाहिए थे, तो yeah, that was the fun of it.
Okay, my next question is to Anupam ji.
अनुपम सर
जी, जिस तरह से एपिसोड्स जो जितने आए 4 काफी ऑडियंस को बांधे रखा, और अगली कहानी और भी इंटरेस्टिंग है कि किस तरह से आलिया को बचाना है, जो पूरा मिशन है, तो किस तरह से आगे वाले एपिसोड्स जो है और ऑडियंस को बांधे रखने वाले हैं. कुछ स्पेशल थिंग आगे वाले एपिसोड्स की इफ यू वांट टू शेयर अकॉर्डिंग टू यू.
आई थिंक नीरज की राइटिंग में सबसे बड़ी बात ये होती है कि जो लिखा होता है वैसे वही नजर आता है. There is no editing done after that. इसको निकाल देते हैं. That's in the minimalistic approach that he uses. और आपने भी सवाल पूछा शीतल जी से, how do you decide that you are different from other people? आपने बहुत अच्छा इनके बारे में बोला. Today's time there are so many people, so many things. So how do you become a leader, or how do you become a different person? Is by working very hard. And that's what you will see in Freelancer. And on a side note, I want to tell you, the first person who did my interview in Mumbai before I got into movies was Z.A. Johar from Mayapuri. And I'm thankful. I always had to. मैं कुछ नहीं था, और मुझे वो पृथ्वी थिएटर में मिले थे बाली पीटर जॉन और Z.A. Johar साहब, और उन्होंने मेरा मायापुरी में इंटरव्यू किया था. So I certainly remember that you are from Mayapuri.
It is Actually, it's a great story that draws you, and in this case, I was happy that Bhav was excited by the idea of leading this one and putting this ensemble cast and help us in shaping up this particular story. But it's always the story. It starts with the story and ends with the story. If the story is worth sharing with audiences and you've got faith in your audiences, that the audiences will enjoy that ride, I mean, that's the biggest motivation.
Thank you for your question. Thank you so much. But that's all the time we have. One more? Yeah. As you say. Please.
Good afternoon. My name is Vijay Lakshmi. My question is for Gauri, sir.
Hi. Yeah.
Hi, sir. My question is, the Freelancer has a very global theme at the center stage. You know, it's about espionage and a whole lot of other global issues. And I think that's what translated to its success, at least with the first edition. Why, in your opinion, A, has it translated to that kind of success? And secondly, why do you think is there so much anticipation for the second one?
Yes, I agree with you. I think I said earlier that there is an increasing feeling today that we are all living in a very dangerous world. There are wars erupting in every continent now, and the threat of terrorism, threat of somebody coming in from outside and taking away everything that we treasure, right? And I think all our homes, there is deep hope always that you'll come back to your loved ones wherever you are out through the day. You want to return and have that one meal together. You want to be with your family. Those are the things that people genuinely live for. And in some way, all these dangers and the sense of a temperature and the heat rising, right, with intolerance, with the threat of war, all those things are things that everywhere in the world people are worried about, they're concerned about it, and they're certainly concerned about it in our country. And we can see that with the response that this show and the first part of it has taken. And because the first part has worked really well, and anything that we have shared about the second part, including the scene that you also I could sense that the reception was really positive, which is what gives all of us here hope that the second part will also be well received. We don't know, but as always, we live on hope, and we believe that the audience in India is looking for discerning, well-told stories. And I think if people have the heart in the right place, and I think everyone here has certainly done that and devoted so much of their time, given so much of their passion to make something well, hopefully the results will also be meaningfully good. Thank you so much.
Thank you.